What are your thoughts on that and how you guys were kind of able to withstand their pressure and their runs through the game?
Yeah, it's really pretty similar to the Brisbane game. We're exactly the same at half time, and I didn't think we came out of the half very well in Brisbane, so I just threw a lineup out there with some young guys to see if it was a little bit different and stuff. And again, I just want to continue to reward players. This league, the game's coming a little bit thicker and faster right now, and we're trying to play at a high pace and a high intensity, and you can't ask guys to do that for 32 minutes right now. And so, for us, Tyson plays too much tonight, and he plays close to 30 minutes, but no one else over 20 minutes. And so, I'm happy with the way I'm managing bodies, and everybody's making contributions. So that part's good for us. Yes, they made their run against us. I didn't like how we guarded the three ball through that period. I thought we had some overhelps and didn't quite get locked in. Robbie Lowe hit a crazy tough one at the end of three-quarter time, I think. It was heavily contested. But PJC is always going to put a lot of pressure on you in the way he attacks the paint, and do you collapse and help on him, or do you stay at home a little bit on the perimeter? And so he's always going to get you a few times. But Fab protecting the rim tonight. They got out in the break against Tasmania, and we were kind of really cautious of slowing down their pace tonight. And I thought Fab made some great plays at the rim. Thought we needed to rebound well. Against Tassie, they really hit the O boards, and so I thought we were solid in those two areas tonight.
Are you more concerned about the fact that teams are making these runs against you, or are you more pleased about the fact the way you guys are responding to their runs?
Yeah, it's a positive thing, right? We're putting ourselves, 18 points up and 20 points up, and teams are going to make some runs somewhere within the game. So, look at that side of it. Are we executing? Is it our defense? Is it our energy? We'll continue. What lineups we got in there? It's a little bit different each one. So, good players are going to make runs. Jalen Adams, hell of a player, come in and made a run, and some guys there tonight, hell of players, and they're gonna challenge you. I'm okay with it.
How easy is it for you to manage the bodies you mentioned? Having the luxury of that depth and no one playing over 20 minutes besides Tyson.
Yeah.
Does that present challenges for you, or you just feel like you're very fortunate to be able to have that depth?
We got such an elite group that no one's worrying about it too much right now. There's other things going on. Milt's just had a baby, and we're managing him. CG's returning from injury. We're managing, him. Just those kind of things, and they're just great with it right now. It's like they know in important moments I'm going to put them in spots to be successful. But what a weekend from CG. He plays under 37 minutes and has 45 points or something like that. So as a return from injury, you couldn't ask any more than what he's done for us the last two games.
I'm sure I know the answer, but are you at all surprised about how well he's playing in these three games? Have you scored more points than minutes in all three of his games so far?
Yeah. I'm a little surprised. It's pretty amazing what he's done, and so I hope he just continues to surprise me with things like that. It's fun.
Tyson, how much are you enjoying playing with Chris, having him back in the lineup now, and just how much he can open up things for the rest of the team?
It's really good. I didn't know he was that good. I'll be honest. But it's really good having him on the floor. He draws a lot of eyes, so it's a lot of lanes opening up. But you just know if you run the right stuff, you can get him a good shot. It's probably going in.
Yeah. Just one more from me, Dean. You spoke a bit before about putting guys in different situations and using bodies. Having guys at the end of the game like Dash, and came up with a big steal, didn't score tonight, but doesn't impact defensively, and you have him out there late when New Zealand's coming back at you. Is that just a confidence thing that you're kind of testing guys at this point in the season to see what you can get out of them? Or?
Yeah, he closed out the Brisbane game as well, and it's going to be something down the stretch where, are we really putting, the offensive lineups down to end games, or, when we have, Shea and Dash, it's, how do we incorporate those guys into the closing lineups? And so with Shea out right now, it's a good one to really test Dash in these moments, and thought he's held up pretty well so far.
Dean, can you talk about the guy next to you you credit to Tanner and Chris about knocking down those threes, but Tyson has to find them in those spots. I feel like he's really come into his own in the last few rounds and some really major performances. Can you tell us what you're liking about him at the moment?
Yeah, no, I didn't mention Tanner. Tanner's been, I thought when they made a run, when you talk about team making a run at us, he hit a couple of big shots that might have got to single figures, and he punches it back out to 12 with a pretty big contested three. But yeah, Tyson's continuing to grow and grow as he understands the league, what we need from him as a point guard, how to get guys shots. And I think that'll be the biggest growth for him over the years. Like, what do I get Milt right now? What do I get CG? How do I get Jesse the touch that he needs? And so, he continues to grow like that, and then be the pest he is with his hand pressure, up the floor, in the half court. We've kind of really started a deflection chart, and he's been the highest of that, in our group. Just gets his hands on basketballs. Yeah, and then the pace. I want him to use his weapon as much as possible and continue to push pace and put pressure on defences in the first 6 seconds of the shot clock. And when he does that, it's been really successful.
Tyson, do you feel as though you've built a real trust already amongst your teammates in such a short space of time?
Yeah, for sure. They all just tell me to be aggressive and just do what I do. So just trying to find the right time when to be aggressive. When to find guys, just trying to get easy ones for myself so I don't have to worry about my offense. And that's really it. Dean, he's a good guy, man. So just try to be on his good side.
Tyson, how have you found adapting to the pace of play like Dean mentioned before, and a style of play in a new league for yourself?
It's kind of how I played in college. First couple seconds, get down. Try to score quick. If not, run something, get a good shot. So it's really good. The new thing for me is just picking the ball up full court, guarding. So that's actually, I've never done it before that much. So it's working out. So other than that, everything's good.
Dean, what do you made of someone like Tom Coppins, who's really taking full advantage of the minutes that you've sort of rewarded him with?
Yeah, I thought his first patch tonight and stepped in at the end of the first, and we put him in some pick and roll situations, and I think he continues to surprise me with his athleticism and the way he attacks the rim, and was able to slide by people tonight. But yeah, 7 and 8 minutes in both games for him, and I just wanted to reward him. So he starts after the half tonight, and just some of these young guys, when they get some minutes, you just see them the next week at practices walk in with a greater belief about their role on the team and what they're capable of doing. And so yeah, having these 3-4 men, I thought Cole Bowen was really effective tonight, and so he might have thought he struggled a little bit in the previous few games, but tonight just thought they're really composed, and he's been working on his 3 balls so hard, and so absolutely pleased for him to see one go in the corner there.
Is Tanner making it difficult for you to consider a lineup change and bring CG back into the starting?
Yeah, it's a good thing, right? Yeah. Yeah, and again, it's CG's fine with it. Whatever when we get to the minutes that we need to play him, if that's how it works out, he'll be fine with it. If we need him to start, he'll be fine with it. And so, for me, a little bit how we balance, Milt and CG and their usage together, how much they play together, how much when one of them subs, we need the other one. So, yeah, Tanner's helping that rotation right now.
Question for you both, multicultural round, obviously, it's become an annual tradition for United. What have you guys learned this year about this new group that has kind of helped you and might bring the group kind of closer together as the season progresses?
Yeah, my favourite round of the year, I loved, that we got out and did a clinic in Fitzroy in the gardens there, and had a lot of the South Sudanese athletes come to that one, and then learn a little bit about the haka the other day. Tyson was pretty good in the haka. We learned a little bit about that one, and and then to celebrate a family tonight that lost someone, and hear. I haven't seen it yet, but to hear about the kids, his mates running up and down and playing at halftime in his jersey, and I thought that's a pretty special moment. And so we talked to our group just about obviously there's a crime problem in youth in Victoria right now, and we just wanted to play with a passion that hopefully some kid just picks up a basketball and thinks this is a way out of crime or a different method for me, and we know sport can have a massive impact on what's going on there.
Dean, congratulations. You've now gone to 7-0 for the season. There's a few tough games coming up, 36 on your schedule soon. There'll be another 38 against the Phoenix as well. These are teams that probably want to say that they were the first team to beat Melbourne all season. Is that something you kind of worry about, or do you just think you keep playing your game and get some more wins?
No, we're worried about Cairns. We're worried about getting our bodies as fresh as possible for another double weekend, and you can see some fatigue. In this game, and that's why we used our lineups as we did. And we're looking at Cairns. They could have beat Adelaide the other night with a couple of things go the right way, and so we're not looking past that one right now.
And Tyson, you must be a very popular man in the locker room tonight with a team high 9 assists. You've been passing the ball around, distributing brilliantly. As you said, you're playing full court defence. You've been scoring as well. You're very versatile. What's that make of your game? How you're kind of helping the team in many different ways?
Just trying to play as well as possible. Just show everything I can do. I don't really go into a game think about trying to get assists or anything. The main thing I try to do is just get steals. Honestly, I don't really worry about anything else. But shoot, my aggression helps with every part of my game, so I just gotta keep being aggressive.
We moved on. What was your thoughts about multicultural round?
Oh, I think it's really good because me coming here, I didn't know how diverse it was out here. So definitely just us getting out the other day was a big time thing for us. Just being in the community, just exploring more for me, just seeing everything. The hockey was really great. Just seeing it live, it was crazy for me. So I really enjoyed that, and I feel like it should happen more often.